HiddenIncaTours.com. Expect the unexpected.
We're at the granite quarry at Aswan in Egypt. Most of the granite used by the ancient Egyptians is from this site, and you just saw a demonstration of how conventional archaeology believes that the stone was shaped with that dolerite or diorite pounder. As you can see, my effort was futile. This is the ancient way that we know that the dynastic Egyptians extracted stone by putting wedges into these grooves after they'd cut them out. Probably wooden wedges. They were bathed in water so the wood would expand, and then you would break off an uneven surface. However, the unfinished obelisk, which would have weighed 1,200 tons had it been completed, doesn't have a lot of those marks on it. Instead, it has what one would call scoop marks, and that obviously is a different form of technology that was used.
Well, here we are again at the Aswan Quarry, where we have the famous unfinished obelisk, and that is different stories about the cracks that we see on the surface. There's supposedly an attempt during dynastic times to cut this, but I think these marks here are modern cuts. But for sure that there were modern earthquakes that did this. This is not the reason they stopped this. The crack, as you know, because you went in there last year, is on the underside. So they're undercutting this with every intention of raising it, and they find there's a natural crack on the underside. So they know it will not go to resonance, so they left it. And as our Egyptologist and tour guide, Muhammad Ibrahim, has said, it appears that this could have been pre-cataclysmic, that they were doing this work and the cataclysm could have stopped the work. And we'll have definite proof of that when we go to the other obelisk in the back, that it was not cracked. There was no reason for them to leave it there. They should have finished it, and it just stops immediately. We believe that was the cataclysm that stopped the work here.
So it's not only a question of trying to use stone balls to release this 1,200-ton obelisk from its mother stone, but the other question is, how would you move it?
Exactly. That's even major.
You'd have to lift it out, take it down. So here's your sense of scale. This is our Kemet School group, and this is the obelisk. And now I get the great opportunity of going down into the pit itself, and that's where you'll see the evidence of the scooping device or whatever that did this this work. Okay, here we go. Here's the mega obelisk, and here is the entrance into it. So these obelisks were most likely resonance devices, energetic devices, which each one was a specific size because it was tuned to a specific frequency. But the reason why this obelisk was abandoned before it was finished is because once they had dug down to this point, they found this massive crack in it, and therefore it wasn't going to be of the proportions that they wanted, so they basically gave up on it.
It wouldn't go to resonance. That's the key. It would not go to resonance if there's a crack in it.
Right. Okay. And here we have feeble attempts of later people trying to recycle the stone. They gave up after about 2 inches.
I actually think this is a modern cut. As Muhammad said, in modern times they've been trying to cut this in half, and they gave up at this point.
Yeah. So again, sense of scale. This is only about a quarter of the size of the unfinished obelisk.